What is going on, guys? Simple from Simple Reviews, and today I'm here to review Arrow Season 3. In a couple weeks and I already watched 3 seasons of this show. Yeah. So Arrow Season 3 is the 3rd season of the rather popular superhero show on CW. This season takes place, I believe, like a few months after the events of Season 2, where basically Mr. Story Wilson pretty much attacked the city, and then the team managed to save everybody. And again, it took place like a few months after that event. And basically Roy basically saving herself in the city, just trying to stop these and whatever. And this season basically deals with the struggles of the actual team. I think while they're dealing with new threats like Ra's al Ghul, Malcolm Merlin, Stonewall Medea, which she ends up returning back to Dome City with Malcolm, and along with this guy named Ray Palmer, like Benny Ralph, along with Luzda. Like, I can't believe what is the actual plot of this season, and all that. Basically, it's about the teen going through stuff. Well, okay, let's go through stuff like. And then Sarah ends up dying in the first episode, and then trying to figure out her murder and all that stuff. Like, it's not towards a clear direction to this season, and I'll get into that later. Now I'm already on the season 3 of the show. Man, again, I have like 69 episodes in a couple weeks. That's kind of insane, at least for me. I'm saying, don't expect season 4 of you. Don't expect to view season 4 or see the Flash for a couple weeks. Anyway, now Arrow Season 3, this has been a season that has known for being a big decline from the other 2 seasons, because you see my other season of Arrow gets now how I really adored Season 1 and 2. Everyone heard Season 3 was a very big decline from the other 2 seasons, so. And after watching all 3 episodes of Season 3, it basically right. This season is basically a letdown. It's basically a huge decline from the other 2 seasons. Now, is this a bad season? No, it's not a bad season. It's more of a decently enjoyable season. I don't think it's a terrible bad season. It's just, compared to what the season was going for and compared to the other 2 seasons, it is a huge letdown. It really is a huge letdown. But of course, you always gotta start off with the good before you go into the bad. And this season still has plenty of good things to it. Now, the best thing that this season has going for it is the dynamics of the characters' relationships. And just like I mentioned in my other season review, if you want to create an ongoing show, you gotta make the characters grow, you gotta make them go through a lot of stuff, you gotta make them learn from their mistakes, and all that. And these characters really go through a whole lot throughout the season. I mean, they already went through a lot for the other 2 seasons, but they still go through some stuff and insane things to go through. Like Oliver, who was basically doing stuff involving being Oliver Queen and being the Arrow. I thought what they went to him was actually pretty interesting as well. And especially a couple of moments I was like, oh, okay. Yeah. As we saw, Oliver's actually growing as a person and all that. John Doe, I think some growth around the series and all the busy ones, not on the teens, and he has a baby with Lila, and those 2 also end up being married, and they deal with a couple struggles on that. Felicity, who's still hilarious, and she honestly may be my favorite character of the entire series. Like, I can't get enough of this character. And I still like her as she's. Like, people think that she acts like too emotional, too whiny around the show. Personally, I don't get that. But that's one thing that I probably don't get, is that I know she adds emotion in the right moments and has very reasons to act like how she is. She is dealing with a lot. She still deals with a lot for the series, and especially this episode where her mother ends up visiting, and she ends up dealing a lot with an ex-boyfriend of his, and in the flashback episode, the show that so it's actually pretty interesting. Like they show a little more development with her. At least also shows a little more development with her character, and I really like that. And Laura goes through a lot in personal growth throughout the series as well. And so especially when it comes to Sarah's death and all that, and but not wanting to tell Quentin because of what happened to the finale, with the finale is dealing with some big heart condition, whatever, and she basically goes to end up being the Black Canary, and a lot of people think her being like her was kind of unneeded or not realistic, you know. But as I say it, we just don't buy it. Personally, I actually understood why she wanted to be Black Canary. I don't get why people have a problem with that, to be honest. Well, but one knows that she is truly badass. She really is, especially the few action scenes near the second half, which are one of the few good things about the second half, which I get into later. But she didn't have to go Black Canary. She did have some badass scenes throughout the season. Sarah, from what she was in, she was definitely badass and had interesting stuff as well. Quentin, he has stuff here, like when he finds about Sarah's death, because of Laurel, and then later in the season, he ends up finding out about Stephen Mel about Oliver being the Arrow. And the first thing didn't take well, but he actually grew into it and became an important part of the team, which I thought was a bit interesting. Then you got Brandon, and they got Roy. He also with some interesting development for out of the series where he's being part of the actual team and trolling himself and all that, and because of important part of the team. Because the relationships are pretty much the best part of the show. And also the team Arrow, as Felicity would put it, doesn't go through a lot, and you actually feel they are an actual team. Which I definitely like. And probably the best dynamic relationship throughout this season is Oliver and Dia. Now, I stated in my season 1-2 reviews that Oliver and Dia relationship is probably the most dynamic and sweetest friendship relationship I have ever seen on TV ever. And I still stand by that statement. Because this is probably the most interesting stuff that goes throughout the series. I see, it's like this relationship that really does grow. And later on, like episode 13, I believe, Dia does find out about Oliver being the Arrow. Normally, you know, he always feel he would lose her forever, but she actually ends up accepting it. After accepting it, nice, yeah. A lot of people also complain about Dia being a badass character, and they really don't buy it, especially that she's gonna come back like 2 months of being in Malcolm. Again, I didn't buy it, it's something I really don't mind, to be honest. I really don't, to be honest. And she does go through a lot of interesting stuff, especially when it comes to Malcolm, Oliver, and a couple of other stuff throughout the series. And again, I love the relationship of other characters. And also, let's talk about Malcolm Merlin for a sec. I was saying, like, he's honestly, when it comes to villains, he's probably the best villain of the show's had so far. Especially in season 1, and he's definitely won throughout. He's definitely immensely won throughout this season. No way he's not really. Until he doesn't make his stuff, I don't actually see him as the villain this season really good. Because at some point he does try to help Oliver throughout. And I thought that was a pretty interesting, like could have been handled a little bit better, which again I will get into later. I thought that was a pretty interesting art and thing they did. And the man had willing to defeat Ra's al Ghul. And honestly, his relationship deals like something that I surprisingly actually, like that's the only surprising thing I can say about this season. The relationship between Dia and Malcolm. You can actually feel that Malcolm actually does care about Dia, in a way. At least in a way, you feel that he actually does care about him. Especially in a couple of moments, I was like, man, you guys really do care about her. Especially when, I say in a way, because he kind of did trick Dia. He kind of did. When you watch the end, because Dia was actually the one that actually killed Sarah in the first episode of the season. Like, the first half of this season is near perfection. From the stories to the characters to the what was going on to all the greatness and intrigue and everything. The first half is pretty much everything was great from the first two seasons. And it's also this character Ray Palmer, played by Superman, like wannabe Superman Brandon Routh. Honestly, I actually kind of like this character. I mean, he did kind of bug me at first, but he's the character that actually did grow on me as the series went on. Like she's not that, like he's the character that she actually does care. Like he may come a little uncomfortable at times, but he told the actually does care and wants to help people. And I really bought into what he was trying to do and all that. But and it's like the relationships and the dynamics of the relationship is the best thing that this season has going for it. The movie also has some good action scenes to it, most of the first half and all that. And also the crossover episode with the Flash was definitely an intriguing and interesting one. That's probably the best episode of this season. From the action to the characters to the funny moments, it was a pretty interesting episode. It was a pretty interesting crossover episode. It actually does have a few emotional punches to it, especially in the first episode when Sarah and Diana and the moment Quentin finds out about Sarah, and also in the episode Quentin's mom also finds out about Sarah. I was like, damn, man. And then also in the moment episode 9 where Malcolm basically blackmails Oliver to come around how ghouls and he killed Sarah and then he will send the via killing him to everybody. And the fight was actually pretty intense, and then lead to a ghoul killing Oliver, but he ended up being right the next day. Which was like, man. Like that was definitely something pretty intense. And like I said, the first half was great, but now it's time to discuss the issues I found with this season that pretty much bogged it down. And probably the biggest fault I have with this season is the lack of clear direction. And which I mean that the show basically has to go through a major state of an identity crisis. Right, so this show tries to tackle a lot of things at once. Lots of some romance, against a lot of crime and drama, serious stuff. Like this show tries to tackle so many different things at once. You can tell what the season was actually trying to be. But like you couldn't tell what direction it was trying to take. Like, I don't think it's kind of confusing or convoluted or anything. But the show really just basically goes through a major identity crisis. We don't know what hell is going on. Like it tries to draw so many certain story elements all at once, and you wonder, what are you trying to tell? Like really? Really? Man, the one thing that this season was majorly criticized for is the will they or won't they romance between Oliver and Felicity. That actually isn't a bad idea to do, actually. That really isn't. That really isn't, at first I was actually buying into it, like in the first half I was kind of buying into that romance. Because it wasn't like shoved down your throat to have it naturally. But when the second came, that's when they actually shoved the romance down. So like they really shoved it down, and it became like a huge focus of the second half. You get a huge focus later on in the season, and I was like, I mean, you're having so casually, why do you have to shove this romance down throats? Like I always hate when some romance they just want to say, yeah, they're in love, they want to be loved. Like, I get it, you want to make them feel in love, try to make them, will they or won't they? Like, I get it, just make it happen naturally, don't shove it down their throat. I hate it when they do that. And I was actually buying into that shit, but when they shove it down, I couldn't buy it. I don't. I really couldn't buy the romance. And like I said, the first half of the season was actually almost near perfection. But the second half, it's when it gets bogged out so much and to keep what it ended up becoming really, really, really boring to the point where I almost fell asleep. I'm dead serious. And considering what was going on in that second half, I shouldn't be bored. Like, and not just with the romance, which made kind of look like a soap opera anyway, but this is the thing about Oliver. Basically, he's also training Malcolm, which I thought could have been an interesting thing, but they didn't execute that very well. And also dealing with him being a new league assassin, like kind of acting like towards his friends, loved ones, and all that, and this moment with Deer ends up dying and it putting in the healer, like, I shouldn't be bored by that. But I think it's because how it executed and handled, and how they pretty much more focused on the romance aspect. I'm just like, you know, just get this over with. And again, I shouldn't be like that, especially with what was going on. And now I get to something that also really bored me from the season, and why the first half isn't near perfection. That is the flashbacks. The flashbacks were actually an interesting dig in the first two seasons. First one was by a couple of unnecessary flashbacks. The majority of the flashbacks in the first season was actually pretty interesting, and actually they added up to something, and they explained why Oliver became certain things. Oliver and them learning certain things. And second half, the flashbacks, every flashback in these were added in, they serve a purpose, and they kept me intrigued, especially what's going on in Slade and all that. It's like, I was intrigued. Other than the flashback they show Felicity, and they also show one flashback I think was with Malcolm and his wife. Well, those are the only flashbacks like, I didn't know those flashback uses. Every other flashback scene that's shown in every episode, I was like, really? Do you really need this? Like one, they don't really add up to anything. They add little to the actual plot that they're trying to tell, and they're painfully boring to sit through. Like, really, what was going on? Like, I couldn't see. Like, I know that has something to do with Amanda Waller and Oliver to some people, and he was going to Hong Kong, and he was going to other places. He went back to Salt Lake City at one point, so I'm like, really? Really, it was just so painful and boring to watch, because of how it was handled. I didn't really care about what was going on, and not only did they live to a plot, but they end up doing the flashbacks at the very wrong time. It's like the other flashbacks, they at least did it when the timing was right. They don't really. They do it when it was right, when it was needed. There were a lot of times when they had like a very powerful moment or very big thing. Then after they show a flashback, or like at a certain point they end up showing a flashback, and that end up ruining the moment. Like, do you have to show this? It's so mundane and pointless at this point. Like, seriously, the flashbacks just feel pointless. But they don't need to show these constant flashbacks. And also one thing that disappointed me is the villains. Like, other than Malcolm villain, all the other villains they show throughout the season, they're not threatening, because like Lala Ghul, he is a threatening villain, but he's painfully underdeveloped. Like, you don't really learn much about him. He also has some, like, here's the thing, what is Lala Ghul's true motivation? I thought so. They don't really show much of a motivation to Ra's al Ghul. And I don't see what I don't mind the actor that plays him, but he did a very messy job. I just wish she was getting more development. And also a couple of villains they show. Like, there's this one character named Chase that kind of is like a DJ at the end. They end up having kids out. That's probably kind of unnecessary, to be honest. I wanted to know it's kind of like I thought that was kind of like real. Why do you need this? I needed, and then there's one minute break which I thought was kind of pointless, to be honest. It wasn't getting much development here. And the villains they show throughout the season is just, again, And they could have been more strengthening if they would just get like true motivation and rescale. Like the other, like with Malcolm and Slade, you understood why they are trying to destroy the city and wanting to attack the city. When Malcolm has something to do with his wife, that's why I'm pointing to witches and Slade. And Slade comes of Oliver wanting to build a true promise to him and trying to kill him because of what happened to his girl, the woman he loves. You understood why they were attacking the city. This, you just don't. You just don't get that word because they don't get much sense. Especially of the romance and all the other stuff around, they end up blocking down the main villains, which, again, really disappointed me. And like the drama they show with the romance and about stuff, like there's a few moments of drama. It's like I don't care. I just really. Like, again, the second half was so boring. I almost fell asleep. No, serious. And also, other than Carlos Rice moments, the season ended coming too predictable. Unless seasons one done the most original, but at least have a sense of unpredictability. I'm sure you can't get that unpredictably going. But you can at least try to do something interesting and then make it still unpredictable, if you know what I mean. Yeah, other than Carlos Rice in moments like you said, where they're dying and a couple of emotional moments, the season becomes just way too predictable, and those moments I should just guess just like that. Just like that, yeah, and some of the action scenes in the second half end up lacking intensity too, because they're all going to win anyway. You know what's going on anyway. And now leads me to another thing that disappointed me, and that is the season finale. And then the other season finales were intense, they were powerful, they were building up to a lot of stuff, they were awesome, they were intensely, they were entertaining, and they were very powerful and engaging. This just a typical end to just a typical end, and it was just predictable and I wish I was more invested in this, but the reason I couldn't, because I'm gonna win and whatever stuff. So and it obviously on love now, and they want to sunset. So yay! Like again, I should be cheering. Because there's how boring and dull the second half is. I honestly couldn't care less about what's going on. And I'm like, real, like, oh my god, like, I can't believe what, like, and also Nisa appeared, and also Nisa did appear. Like, I wish I cared about Nisa, but honestly, I wish I could care about Nisa, but honestly, I just couldn't care about her, to be honest. She wasn't that threatening, at least to a certain point. Instead, she made a couple appearances, but I was like, I don't know. I know, just as long as he has much else to say. So overall, Season 3 of Arrow is a very dull, decent, but disappointing season. Again, I wish I could have loved this season. I wanted to love this season, especially with what's going on. And for the first half, despite a couple of all-of notes with the flashbacks and other moments, I was really into it. I was really engaged. The second half came and it became a boring freaking mess. Again, I wish I could have loved this season. And that's how it's great moments about, again, the character dynamics is the best thing about the season, with the characters' relationships and how they grow, how they came certain moments and all that. It does have some pretty much moments. The episode after the Flash was a pretty interesting episode. I like Blake Paul and how they were taking his character. And all that. It does have great action. But again, it's brought down by a will-there romance that gets ended up shoving down your throats in the second half, and then making it boring to the point of fall asleep. It lacks a clear direction, it suffers a major identity crisis. The flashbacks are pretty much pointless and mundane. The villain was nice, Malcolm, while pretty much lacking development, and could have been more menacing and they're getting more development. And it's very boring. The drama is just very uninteresting and super predictable, and the finale was unfortunately very disappointing. no point again. I was really disappointed with this season. And I did enjoy it a certain amount bit, but and I ended up feeling a little down this season. And fortunately, season 4 is much better. So yeah. So that being said, I'm going to give Arrow season 3 a 6 out of 10. Well guys, that's my video, the disappointing season 3 of Arrow. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Do you love this season? Do you hate the season? Let me know in the comments down below. Down below, stay tuned. I have more videos planned Monday. I'll have my reviews of season 1 of The Flash. Stay tuned for that. I'll have a couple more movie reviews coming your way. When all that, and I'll be sure to do more live rankings. And probably not this weekend, I'll do another live ranking on Pixar. Stay tuned for that. And again, I've got a lot more videos planned. Hope you guys enjoy it. Be sure to check my other two videos, the season 1 and 2 of Arrow. Stay tuned with that. Now, also don't expect my season 4 video until like a couple of weeks. Because after season 5, I'm typically watching TV for until a couple of weeks. I think I'm watching too much TV lately, so yeah. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. I truly do appreciate. If you haven't already, be sure to like this video, be sure to share, be sure to subscribe, be sure to follow all my social media sites along with my music channel. Link in the description below. I am Cinnamon World from Cinnamon World Views. I'll see you guys next time, and stay cool everybody. Peace.